Hey, and we're live. Yay, things work. You can see the camera slightly poking it from the top there. That's good. So today, thanks for joining us. First thing, today we're going to be doing some fun light up cards that we're calling Straw Wars because, yeah, we're nerdy and we like using straws. Hard to see on this camera. Here we go. Using straws with LEDs to do some cool lighting effects. So we can easily add like cool laser beams or phaser beams or light beam, like nice beams, glowing beams, using straws and LEDs. It's a really simple effect that you can use and make all sorts of arts and crafts with. We've been doing a few fun templates for a while now. And by the way, before anything else, thanks for watching. And two, you can find all of these templates we're showing off today, like download and print them off templates with step-by-step directions at browndoggadgets.com. Ta-da! So you can always find our directions for free there, whether or not you want to buy anything from us. And in fact, you'll be getting a lot of these supplies off Amazon or out of your kitchen because we're using straws to make this fun stuff happen. So that fun little video you watched earlier, that was just a promo video I made, months ago. So you could see things in the dark because these lights overpower the LEDs on these cards. So they kind of look really, really, really dull when I turn them on and off on full studio lighting. But thanks for coming in and thanks for watching. Today we're going to take a little time to make these guys up. And if you have any questions, ask us. It's me and it's Pete over here.
Hello.
Yeah, Pete. Pete's over next to me, and he'll be answering questions as well via comments going on. But if you have a good question, send it our way, and we'll plop it up on the screen and answer it for you. So without further ado, let's get making things. So let's plop to our overhead camera view. Overhead! Yay! And you can see we've already got our straws out there. So let's kind of explain what the whole process is here with this. So we've essentially got a little 5mm clear LED right here and a common straw. This is just a cheapo straw. We have a bunch of them sitting here. We got them off Amazon. And we just shoved the LED into the straw, and it does a nice little clear beam in here that lights things up. Now, the key is to use clear LEDs for this. Typically, we use big jumbo diffused LEDs because they look nice, have a nice 360 glow. But for this, you want a clear, straightforward beam so that light travels down this light tunnel. Kind of like fiber optics, right, Pete?
Exactly,
you have light traveling through a clear material. And that's what we're just doing on here. Now, we're using a clear straw to give it a nice fun glow. You can also use a colored straw, and that would glow up as well. Shout out to Makerspaces.com, who I believe did a project similar to this years and years and years and years ago. I think for the first Star Wars movie, the first of the last three that came out. Oh, Star Wars. And they did something similar-esque with colored straw, but I like the clear ones and using the LED color itself to give it that glow. Now, we took things a little bit further and a little bit different in the fact that we added hot glue, my wonderful hot glue gun there, underneath the straw, which does actually help reflect the beam upward a bit and give it a nice non-uniform edge. So you're seeing a lot of that clear, weird glue back blowout with this, which is kind of nice. And on the inside, we just have a fairly standard paper circuits design. Oh, there we go, this way. Andy, our curriculum writer, put these together out of boredom during the holiday season. And we're just using a CR2032 battery, some Makertape, the back of the LED, and then down below we have a little, this is an older version, this is not lined up right, some Makertape here so we can basically just make a very simple on and off switch by closing that gap and pressing together. And again, you can't see much because of their studio lights.
It looks great.
Oh, does it look? It's showing up a little bit. A little bit. Looks way better as you saw in that video. Yeah. But that's a nice little on and off switch. We have that same basic design in here, and this one being older, that doesn't line up properly. But we did it with a single one here with our Vader. We've got multiple ones on here for an X-Wing. We've got a holiday AT-AT going on here. There's my switches somewhere in there. AT-AT. What else do we have? We have a bunch of different designs we made up. We have a Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, which, Pete, as you know, is also called a TIE Advance.
Yes.
With a built-in hyperdrive.
Yes,
because nerdy. We've got a couple fun lightsabery ones as well, both with text and without text, because we figured why not? A little Kylo Ren and with a this is Luke's green lightsaber from Return of the Jedi. So these two lightsabers ever appeared in the same film together because I'm a nerd.
Again, like nerds look at I know which one that is, but it helps to explain.
It does. In case someone calls us out like, hey, those aren't proper, which somebody will at some point. They're projects for children. But anyway, you can make your own up too. We just honestly made some fun little designs using, I think, Adobe Illustrator. We just artistic up a graphic of an X-Wing to add on here. Again, we were thinking of doing a whole bunch of other different versions of this at some point, like some Ghostbuster ones, some classic Star Trek ones, a Dalek from Doctor Who with a little beam coming out. Just anything you want a beam coming out of, it would look fine. So, I want to have like laser beams coming out of Oprah Winfrey's eyes. You could do it with this. I don't think it'd look really good.
Could you do a laser cat? With the
Yes, you could do laser cats.
I might do that.
Because in the future, our lives are controlled by laser cats. Wow, our references are old. So let's get to making this little guy, because there's not a whole lot to it once you know the whole straw process. So first and foremost, I'm going to apply everything. We're going to do the Darth Vader one, not this one. There we go. We're going to get everything going on the backside here before...
Wait, where'd you get that printout from?
Oh, again, that printout comes from BrownDogGadgets.com.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Again, all these are templates for download on our website.
Awesome.
So, yay. So we're going to start with the backside here to make life easy. And for that, I'm going to need a CR2032. I'm going to grab a safety pin here to help me poke holes through because I'm using really heavy cardstock. I'm going to need myself a clear 5mm LED. And these are typically the more common ones you find on Amazon and other places. We also have these on our website, Pete. Not all the colors, but we do have a bunch of 5mm LEDs on browndoggadgets.com. A few colors, because we have a few in stock at
Now,
all
could
times.
you use UV or ultraviolet LEDs? Would that work?
I suppose, but would they light up?
I don't know if you'd see anything.
I think the UV ones have like a purple glow anyway to them. Yeah. And then some Makertape, which is our awesome nylon conductive tape, which is kind of necessary. You could get away with copper foil, but why would you want to? We're using a little tape loop method here, which does kind of require the Makertape because it's conductive on top and bottom. So let's get to going here. As I said, I'm using some heavier cardstock because it makes my life easier, and to make my life even easier, I'm just going to use this random safety pin I found on the floor in our office and poke a couple holes through here for my LED legs. If you're using regular printer paper or whatnot, you can just poke the LED leg through there like so.
Could a drill press work?
If you really wanted to,
Pete? If you couldn't find a safety pin in your floor or something.
I don't know if it would be kind of dangerous. That's why we have safety pins. Now, as we all remember from previous videos and from electronics probably freshman year of high school, LEDs have a positive leg and a negative leg. The long leg is always positive. The negative leg is always the short one. There we go. So we want to make sure that we have the negative leg going to the bottom here and the positive leg going to this top positive line. If for some reason you put this in backwards, just flip your battery over. It's not the end of the world. So I'm going to stick the legs through here. Yeah,
so it sounds like you're saying the current flows from the positive to the negative, sort of.
Yes, Pete, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now here's the one important piece of detail. Notice how my LED has gone on here and it's sticking straight up. Before you start taping things down, get your LED just popped up slightly and bent at like a 90-degree angle. So it's sticking towards your beam, like so. So it's laying flat against the paper. This way it'll be a little easier to handle later on. I'm using some weirdly short LED legs versions we have. These are left over from some name badges we do. Usually your LED legs are about twice as long as this. So I'm not going to match up entirely with this.
Josh, I think you gave me 2,000 of those short leg LEDs, and I still have them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go through a lot of them. So I'm just going to add some Makertape along in here. So we're going to start with my negative line first. I'm just going to kind of slightly measure out. Whatever.
What's the best way to cut Makertape?
With a pair of scissors, because you can't cut it by hand.
Right.
Because this stuff is strong. In fact, Pete over here made up a couple of really nice bracelets using felt and our Makertape because it's a fabric tape.
Oh, yeah.
It is a nylon conductive fabric tape. It bends and folds and does all the fun fabric-y things.
Yeah, we put it on the back of a lab coat. It sticks on really well, and it's flexible. It's great.
As I mentioned, my legs here are a little shorter than what I should be using, or regular LED legs, so I'm not going to match up perfectly with these guidelines, but they're more a suggestion than anything. I'm going to do a nice little right angle turn. And there we go. As long as I get underneath here, I'm fine. Now our directions down here have an important thing we like to call the tape loop.
Tape loop.
Now our Makertape is conductive on top and bottom, which lets us do a couple really interesting things with batteries that you can't do with copper foil. we can just make a little loop of tape here, just tape rolled over on itself. And since the adhesive is positive, we know that if I stick it on the bottom of my battery, I can pass that electricity down to the tape below. There you go. And I just put it on top as long as it's overlapping with that other piece. There we go. No need for any weird folds, any weird battery holders, any expensive battery holders. I've seen people actually use like plastic battery holders with conductive tape.
Oh, you don't need it.
You're way like doubling the cost of your project doing that. Screw that. We're just gonna do it this way, because then all I have to do is just add our tape up here. Now, if you want to do the on and off switch, you can leave a gap right here, and that'll just when you press the thing together, it'll turn on and off. We're going to do that just for the heck of it because it's slightly extra work. I'm just going to cut my tape here and my tape here and a little extra tape down below for that gap. And this is a really easy way of doing a simple switch. Although the only downside of the way our design right here is that we didn't put like a press here on the front of our project. I found for kids it really helps to have a press here button or something that you've added to your project. So the kids know where to press. Otherwise, you're just jamming their finger everywhere on the project.
So, Josh, you mentioned that this helps keep the cost of it down by doing the battery this way.
Oh, yes.
So I think one of the goals we have is if we can keep these costs down, classrooms can get these things for more kids.
Oh, yeah. And the idea behind this is that you're spending like $1 or less per child for this activity. Even if the kids mess up horribly, you can take the battery and the LED off of here. And granted, this project is a printed project, so there's no art and coloring to this. If you were to do this project with, say, a fun coloring thing on the front, have the kids do the coloring first before they add the parts on. It's kind of hard to color with stuff on the backside. It gets all lumpy and whatnot. But there we go. And then I'm just going to add one little piece of tape down below here for the switch. But if you're looking for a project that is just inexpensive, that is extremely open-ended, it can be entirely done by any child with a pair of scissors, and who can manipulate tape, paper circuits is the way to go, because any papercraft project can become a light-up project. So, ta-da! We've got our circuit up above. We've got a little piece of tape down here. If I fold this in half, and cardstock. There we go. My LED turns on. Nice. But I'm not done yet, because this
more.
Is.
But there's more.
But wait, there's more. Thanks, Ron Popeil. Oh, another dated reference. We got to break out Mr. Byrne here.
Mr. Burns.
By the way, as I found through years of teaching and years of working here in our wonderful shop, the only tool I've ever had that has hurt people, that has actually like made people go, my thumb, has been this darned hot glue gun. Seriously.
There's no table saw here, though.
No, not anymore. No, seriously, soldering irons, no problem. Hot glue gun, like the worst burn we've ever had.
It's kind of a rite of passage to get hot glue on your fingers and then wave them around.
Because it just seems like, it's nothing. And actually, the weird thing is, too, from a parent-teacher perspective, if I mention soldering to any teacher or librarian, they're like, soldering, that's too difficult. I can't have the kids. It's too dangerous. I totally get that. It's a tool not many people use. It's a tool people aren't comfortable with. However, I've mentioned, we're going to need a hot glue gun. They're like, no biggie. We'll let 5-year-olds play with a hot glue gun all day long. Or was it the 3-doodler, like the pen, the 3D pen?
Printing pens,
Like, that's 200 degrees Celsius in your hand. Holy crud! That's twice as hot as boiling water.
Celsius, though, so it does not as hot.
People are like, Celsius. That's not a big deal.
It's metric.
Kelvin, what's that? Anyway, so moving back to the project. Hot glue guns, be careful. Respect them. We're just going to put a line of hot glue along this. We have it marked out here for Vader's saber. Actually, you know what? I remember it's been a while since I've done this. I think it might be easier for us if we put the straw on first and then the hot glue underneath. Yeah, it will be. Otherwise, it'll it'll harden on us. So I'm just going to cut off the end of my straw here. And then we can just drop some hot glue along the bottom here. A nice thick layer of hot glue.
Which should dry clear. I would recommend not using one of the colored hot glue sticks.
Oh, yeah. You definitely want the clear one. Again, if you're trying to like do fun colors, you have like a blue there. And just press it down a little bit. Then it'll spread out. And you can maybe kind of tell on video. I kind of went a little bit much so we can see on video here. And we'll switch to our overhead view.
Our close-up view?
Close-up view.
Let's do close-up. Here we go.
Close-up view. You can see I put a little extra on there.
Yeah.
And then this will help diffuse that light back up to your eyes. Yeah, just a nice little reflection on there. And then again, we're using a red LED on here, which is like the dimmest of the LEDs. They look great at night, but they stink.
I can barely see it lit up.
Because it's not.
Oh, okay.
Gotta press it down.
Oh, there
Pete.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah, if we turned off the lights, I don't think it'd work. That's why I had the video clip.
Right.
But anyway, back to our other view. There we go. That's doing Straw Wars, as we've been calling it, just because I thought a good pun was worth it.
That was fairly easy.
It really is. As paper crafts go, this is a really simple paper craft because it's a single LED. The hardest thing is like the hot glue gun and bending this LED around.
Yeah.
Works even better if your LED has longer legs, like every regular LED does, not these shorties which we use for our LED name badges. But yeah, the directions on the inside, it's easy. And again, all these designs, the insides are fairly identical. Let me grab the one for the X-Wing here. Being 2 LEDs, we made this a little more complicated just because we have to go from here to here and get our gap kind of far away so it would kind of line up with an edge there. But there's tons of ways you could make this, or even just have an always-on approach too.
You do have to mind the gap. Definitely.
It's true.
What I think is cool, so you could, like the Darth Vader one, you could just print out the inside, so you can do the electronics inside, and then you could draw whatever you want on the front.
Oh yeah.
So you could draw yourself, or put it, with a lightsaber, and have the kids draw themselves in the scene. And
for any adult doing this, or any teenager, if they've done paper circuits before, like these kind of things, the insides are so easy. This is just basic paper circuits, and they can really freeform stuff on your own. I think the first couple ones we did, we just threw a straw on some paper to see if it would work and look good. Then we just added the insides based off of, us just making basic circuitry stuff. But yeah, this is a great paper circuits approach. I'm trying to think of you could do light up icicles for Christmas. You could do fun light pipes. I don't know, if you want to do like a fun, a Tron thing would be cool. We could do a Tron thing. Tron. So good. Original Tron, not the newfangled.
Right. Tron is short for electronics?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Somebody at Disney was really asleep on the job when they greenlit that first script.
Josh, you know how Triscuits got their name, right?
No.
They were made with electricity. It's true. Look it up.
I'm gonna accept that as real because I'm too lazy right now to look that up. Anyway, that's Straw Wars. Thanks for coming by and watching the Straw Wars stuff. Pete, let's throw up that URL one more time. Where can you find this at?
URL, I think.
brown.gadgets.com. If you, shameless plug here, if you want to get any of our Makertape or some LEDs, they're on our website. You can also find our Makertape on Amazon. You want to buy just a ton of random LEDs, Amazon has some good, random $10, $15 mixed bags of LEDs kind of stuff. That's a nice arts and crafts buy for parents. Otherwise, we do have bigger paper circuit sets as well, but they use the big diffused LEDs because I find these just to be the best all around for most kids' projects and adults' projects. Clear LEDs are great for blinding people because it's like a flashlight. Diffused ones are great for doing a nice 360 glow. I don't know why people use clear LEDs in kids' projects. It's just a great way to I'm blind looking at it. Why? It's silly. Although you can add a little bit of hot glue on top of a clear LED to help diffuse it, but then it gets really weird and gunky. Yeah. Or a gumdrop, a physical gumdrop. But this
are there other candies we could use?
Anything super squishy? Maybe a
gummy of some.
Gummies? Oh yeah, gummies.
Gummy worm.
You just got to hollow it. Get a big gummy bear and just shove an LED up the inside.
Gummy bears. We're gonna try this. And you want the 5mm clear then for these.
5mm clear. Don't use the short leg ones like I did in my video here. You want to get the regular leg ones, but that's pretty much any of the ones you buy anywhere. We just have weird ones for one of our projects. That's why I have those in stock. But we're doing some more videos this week as well if you're still watching for some weird reason. We have a video tomorrow we're doing with Makercamp. You can go to makercamp.com. I got my little talking points here for Makercamp for tomorrow. You can makercamp.com and sign up for that. Otherwise, Makercamp can be found through on Facebook or through the official Make Facebook page. We're doing a fun light up bracelet. It's actually a kind of a redo what we did last week for just a fun non-sewing wearable with our Makertape. And then Thursday we have Matthew from squishycircuits.com. He's coming on to hang out with us and do some fun conductive dough projects. I've never used squishy circuits before. They are fantastic. It's conductive dough. But he'll be coming on because we do a kit with him. We'll be showing off some basic stuff as well as like a programmable version of that as well. Literally using DOE as a manipulative for an input on a microcontroller.
Excellent.
Probably the sound effect one. We haven't put that together yet for tomorrow, but we will.
We got time.
And Friday we'll just be showing off, as always, Friday Hangout, because it's Friday. We're showing off some weird stuff that came into our office, some new projects we're working on, and just general chit-chatting about stuff that's popped up. Because it's Friday and we're kind of bored.
Not today, but it will be.
No, it will be Friday.
At the end of the week.
But hey, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, all that fun social media. Please like and subscribe, all that fun stuff if you like us and want to keep doing this. But anyway, it's Brown Dog Gadgets hanging out in our offices, even though Corona is sweeping the nation. We're still sitting on this wonderful green screen and putting out fun content. So check our stuff out, follow us, and we'll catch you guys later. Thanks.
All right. And we're out. And broadcast.